I filmed an intro and I didn't like it, so we're starting again. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back. If you're not new, ooh, there goes my hair doing something weird. It's very hot here. It's very hot. It's October 1st. Happy October, everybody. And thank you for joining me, especially if you are a returning subscriber, because I know it's been a minute since you last seen me. I am now 6 months pregnant and it has been quite a journey. But me and Bonsai have missed you. Anyways, I really wanted to hop on here because, well, one, I finally had energy today, which is very nice, and I also am not at the salon today, so that's also very nice. So that allowed me some time to film for you guys a little Fermaglo update. By the way, if you are new here on my channel, we talk about MLMs and scams, multi-level marketing, network marketing, all that type of stuff. And I am a former MLM participant and I am a hairstylist. And so I have decided to avert my time from being in the MLM to actually exposing the misconceptions and the problems with this industry, because I do think it is very predatory. Anyways, Tony Van Schoik is, she was the very first market partner for Monate, which is the shampoo company. Sorry if I'm talking fast again, it's just a TLDR if you're new here. And she ended up getting terminated from Monate, which is funny that you can get terminated from something that they claim to be as their own business. Weird, right? Anyways, she got terminated and now she has since started her own business. In the last video that I filmed about this company, it was in pre-launch, two pre's, I don't know why, but it was in pre-launch and they were recruiting people. They had to pay so much amount or whatever to join, but the products weren't out yet. Now, since then, about a month or two ago, the products have been released. Now, I still can't find any information about how much it is to join, how much this business in a box is. I'm sure it's somewhere. I really have not had time to dive further into that because it's not on their website like normal. They're a newer MLM, so the website's whatever. Anyways, I'm getting too far into it. Anyway, yeah, so that happened and now the products are launched and we're going to talk about them because she did a little live talking about their one key ingredient and she keeps talking about that this is the best of the best. So I really just wanted to talk about it with you guys and see if these claims are legitimate. So without further ado, I feel like I've talked your ear off enough catching you up on this shit. One more thing before we get started, because I always forget this, but everything here is my opinion based on my experiences. But I would also like to point out that I am a professional cosmetologist, a professional hairstylist, and I will be talking about my opinions on greenwashing and why do I keep doing this with my hands. I will be talking about my opinions of certain ingredients in greenwashing and how a lot of it has gone a little bit too far.
Hi everyone, it is Monday at 2 o'clock, our weekly live that we share and educate with information. All right, so let me get my cohort in crime on here, Tessa. All right, here we go.
We share and educate with information. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Does that sound wrong to you guys? Like, just, oh, I don't know, redundant? I don't know.
So you guys, we are going to be talking about an amazing ingredient today that does different types of things. It's part of fermentation, and it's also, I was so excited when we were doing this research. I've dove down the ingredient rabbit holes and stuff like that, but now what we're doing is we're sharing all of the benefits that, here she is, our ingredients. So we're starting with the key ingredients here.
I love that she dove down the ingredients rabbit hole, but didn't do that for the first company that she shilled products for like 15 years or something. Now suddenly she cares about ingredients.
So we're specifically, that's not letting me bring her on video. There you are.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
And just to clear this up, I don't know why it's stretched out like this. That's how it was on the internet when I found it. I did not do this. There's always going to be somebody in the comments being like, why is the video so messed up? I don't know.
How are you?
I'm grand. Thank you so much. Good to see you today. Again.
Yeah. We started our day together.
Yes, we did. We were busy bees this morning, putting together a great program.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I can't wait. You guys, they did their first couple recordings for the podcast, and it comes out the first one on Friday. And I know from what I've seen and heard a little bit, it's hysterical.
Yeah, we don't mean to be.
No.
Wait, there's a podcast. Is this podcast about Fermaglo? Did I just miss something? Man, getting back in the game, this will be fun. If it is about Fermaglo, that means it's coming out in a couple of days, and that could be fun to cover. We'll see.
No, not at all.
Joke
You know what?
a lot.
You're gonna walk with me here for a second. I'm trying to catch up on laundry from this past week, and it's a little loud. So let me just shut this door here real quick. Ta-da!
You've been
Usually I'm
busy.
out in my studio, but I was multitasking.
Yes.
Yeah. So Tessa, let's talk about the snow mushroom, man.
Okay.
Talk about those shrooms.
Oh man, they are amazing. God put them on this earth for a reason, and we're trying to utilize them in every single way, and it's just awesome. So I love it. I love everything that it does as far as you know benefits for the hair with the hold. It's like a sponge. It holds up to 500 times the moisture, which that's so awesome. I think that's so fascinating in itself. So why would you not use that in a hair care line? Because we need moisture, right? When I feel like we've been lost over the years, we've been tricked because our hair is actually supposed to be silky, smooth, shiny, all of those things. That's the way God intended. And we've been tricked over the years to use all this and that and this and that. And what it's done is just made our hair to where it's not in its natural form anymore. It's just.
Yeah, you know what does that? The highlights you have on your head. First off, let's start there. That's why your hair is not in its natural state, because when you use lightener on your hair, it literally just like eats away at your hair. Let's be real. That's what it's doing. That's why it's a risky thing to do. I mean, I am well aware. My hair feels fine, but it's definitely not in its natural state. So another thing too, just like living life and putting it in hair ties and all that stuff, like the hair industry and the greenwashing of products just kills me, especially as a hairstylist. Because yeah, she's right. They tell us we need this, that, and the other thing, but then she's out here saying, well, now you definitely need this too, because your hair needs moisture. And that's true for some people. That might be true for a lot of people, at least on our ends. I think it's funny that you're gonna sit there and say that this is the fault of these other companies when it's because you're clearly chemically damaging your hair. Like a lot of people dye their hair. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, don't be like this. It's not gonna undo the damage. Like products cannot undo the damage. Bottom line. That's all I'm trying to get at here.
You have to use things to get the shine and the manageability and all those things. So that's why using things like snow mushroom is so important, because you're actually getting your hair back to its natural state where it's supposed to be,
Yeah. Yeah. So before go to your comparative list that you shared with me, which is really important information, I just wanted to go through a couple of key benefits of the snow mushroom and fermented snow mushroom, because that's one of our key ingredients.
Yes.
But you guys, there's a couple of different properties as fermented snow mushroom in personal care products. You guys, it has so many incredible healing and soothing properties. But as Tessa said, you guys, I'm on day 6 of hair. I haven't really done too much to it. I curled it the other day, and but again, minimal. All I've used is our detangler, our oil, and our elixir. So, but I want to talk about the snow mushroom because it's in 8 out of 9 of our products, and it's really about the exceptional moisture retaining ability. Okay, but I'm just going to read you some of the properties that this has. It has intense hydration. It plumps. Okay, so in essence, if you have fine, thin flyaway hair, it's going to plump it for you. But if your hair is really thick and curly and you have thicker strands, it's not. You're not going to look like Rosanna Dana. Okay, and if you don't know who that is, it's an old SNL skit. So you'd have to.
So she's trying to say that it works on all hair types, but I'm telling you right now, it's very rare when a product can work on all hair types. And she'll go off and give her examples and all of this anecdotal evidence. And I'm not saying that it might not be a good thing, but it's, especially with it being so new, I think the biggest thing here is that I think a lot of the evidence is going to be anecdotal. And I feel like putting something that heavy on my roots up here, like where my natural hair is, because my natural hair is this short. I don't know. Y'all saw maybe like one of the last reels that I posted. If anybody follows me on Instagram, I chopped my hair off. I couldn't handle it. I got extensions again. This stuff would probably feel amazing for my extensions, but I would be terrified to use it on my natural fine hair because I feel like it would just weigh it down and make it look greasy. Just based on what I know about products. If something will not make curly hair plump, and the idea of, this kills me too, the idea of a hair product that can plump your hair and also like load it up with moisture. So this magic mushroom, whatever, snow mushroom stuff that she's talking about, when I was looking it up, it says that it puts like a coat on your hair, like a barrier to help lock in moisture. So, like an oil. So that's what like oils do. So you can get other products that do a similar thing. When you get a product that plumps your hair, usually the product helps like fluff up the cuticle to give that illusion that the hair shaft is bigger. So I just feel like those two things contradict each other, which is also the same way I feel about 2-in-1 conditioners. But I don't know, the men swear by it. I still don't get it just by understanding how products work.
Look it up. It was hilarious. So it helps with longevity. So in essence, what this product will also do is that if you get treatments or color or, you do anything like that, it will help the longevity of it. So you have to go less. Okay.
You want to know why it will help the longevity of your hair? Because if she's saying she only has to wash her hair every 6 days, then yeah, your color is going to last longer. But if you have super porous hair, this isn't going to repair that. So just the second you wash it, your toner starts to fade, your color starts to fade. And but one more thing about this that I found super ironic, just because she is one of those conspiracy theorist type of girlies that doesn't believe in using sunscreen, which is quite dangerous. So she will not use sunscreen. She's like, you must have UV rays, blah, 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 that's healthier. And one of the properties in this magic mushroom is actually the protection of UV rays, which is why the color in your hair might last longer because of that, because then the sun's not fading it as much. And if you're going swimming in like a pool or the ocean or whatever, a lake, when you have that barrier over your hair, since it is creating that barrier like a hair oil would, it's like I always recommend people to put like coconut oil in their hair before they go into the ocean or the water, or if you're in Mexico, you're at a resort and you want to like swim in the pool, whatever, that's fine. Get your hair wet first with the fresh water, like from the shower, and then put some conditioner or put some coconut oil on it or something, because it's going to help. It fills up the hair shaft with something more, without the chlorine that you're going to find in the pool or the salt that you're going to find in the ocean. So it actually protects your hair and stops it from like turning green. This is turning into a hair tip video. You're welcome, guys. But yeah, those are the things that help with the longevity of your hair. And so it doesn't have to be this product that does those things. Like there are plenty of other products that can help with that. Just ask your hairstylist or ask me in the comments. I got you, girl.
It has a concentration of high polysaccharides in it, which basically is the starch and the soothing part of the plant. So it enhances the skin barrier. It helps with collagen production. It has antioxidant protection. Okay. It helps with frizz and dryness reduction.
I'm pretty sure, to comment on the collagen production thing, that happens like within. You can't produce collagen because once your hair grows out, this is dead hair down here. It's dead hair. It's not, you're not doing anything with it after that. It's dead. So yeah, that's biotin serums and all that stuff. Like you can't really, there's not a whole lot of products proven to work. K18 is one that does help repair the broken follicles, or not follicles, the broken bonds in your hair when there is severe damage from like lightning and color and chemical treatments and stuff. That can help maintain the length and stuff like that for your hair. But generally speaking, you can't produce collagen.
Improves the elasticity, strength, shine, and softness. And it also extends the anagen phase, which is your actual hair growth. So
Antigen phase, and she is right. That is a hair growth phase. So before it gets to the shed phase. So yes, that is a thing. She's saying it wrong. And some products can allegedly help with this, help it keep there, but it is still eventually going to shed. And again, Paul Mitchell has products for this. There are so many products out here that also can help with keeping your hair in that hair growth phase before it sheds, so that way you can actually grow your hair longer than like shoulder length, because I know some people have an issue with that. So that is a thing. She's not wrong that that's not a thing, but this product is too new that we don't know if it actually does help with this.
part of this too, with all of our clinical studies, is it stops 80% of the hair fall. Okay. And it also helps to heal your ends, and it will give.
Nothing can heal your ends except a haircut. It can heal it temporarily, but it's a temporary fix. The way it coats your hair, yes, it will bond your split ends back together, but that's only going to get you while that product is on your hair. As soon as you wash that product out, your split ends are going to be there again.
You incredible moisture, but your hair will never, ever, ever feel oily. We've gotten the product on over 1,000 people so far, and we've never heard anyone say that they have excess oil production. Now, again, we're not saying that this is the magic bean for everybody, but we're seeing results that, again, and Tessa, I'm going to let you speak to this because you're the professional here, but just the different, properties.
It's not the magic bean for everybody. Way to cover your ass, Tony.
And the different results that we're seeing with the elixir, with helping with, having slip in your hair, from also using that as, you can use it on wet or dry hair like the oil, and it also helps. And again, you guys, we cannot, we can't have the claim right now until we get these studies done for heat protectorant, but there's a natural heat protectorant in there, and also it's color safe. The other thing,
a heat protectant, which I'm assuming is the same property in there that is the UV protectant.
That it will do is it will all.
Because I went down the rabbit hole on this too, like a while ago when I was deep diving on ingredients and products and stuff as a hairstylist. A lot of products there are some like key ingredients that are more used for heat protectants and stuff that are definitely more effective. But in general, when you're putting something that has any sort of lipid or silicone or whatever, which by the way, silicones are not bad for your hair. Fight me on that. It's fine. If they add shine, whatever. It's just, it's not, silicones are not bad for they're not inherently bad for your hair. The point is when you put those layers of product on your hair and then you put the heat on, it helps diffuse the heat. So in general, kind of everything except water does help protect your hair from the heat, even if it is not the exact ingredients you need. That is how I understand it.
Also brighten your hair color. So anyways, I don't want to steal your thunder. You talk to our audience as the.
Nothing can brighten your hair color. That's a weird thing to say. It's like when people think purple shampoo brightens your hair color. Like it doesn't. That's not what that does.
Professional.
Well, you are a professional. Like you probably know more about hair and ingredients than I do, because you're just the guru of it all, and I love it. I could sit and listen to you for hours.
Thank you.
So, and one thing too with that snow mushroom, what it does to soothe inflammation and things on our scalp, healthy scalp, and it encourages, like you said, a healthy scalp environment. And I think that's important too. If you're getting chemical services, and even if you're not, we have to protect our scalp from just everyday environment. I think that's so important. And if we can.
Yeah, like from the sun. Use that sunscreen on your hair. Just saying. You don't want your hairstylist to tell you that there's a weird mole on your scalp that you need to get checked out and then find out it's potential skin cancer. So yeah, sunscreen, please.
Do that naturally, which is the only way to do it, because foreign thing our scalp and things don't accept foreign products or foreign things. That's why we develop different issues.
Yep.
So yeah, and I love the fact that from somebody that runs a salon like I do with for like a vegan salon and tailored to the allergies and autoimmunes and things, I don't use things like keratin treatment and stuff on my salon due to the chemicals. So what's so amazing about the snow mushroom is I like to think of it like a plant-based bio-fermented upgrade to a keratin treatment.
Well, it's not an upgrade and it's not going to change the way your hair is, because with the keratin treatment, it's something that lasts many months, in most cases, weeks to months, depending on which formulation you're using. And in the state of California, they actually banned the keratin treatments that had formaldehyde in them because of those chemicals. So, more things to think about. And also, if you own a salon and you are providing these products, just make sure you have good circulation. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And again, it's okay if you are somebody that doesn't want one. It's okay if she runs a salon and doesn't want to offer that. But this fermented product could not possibly be a replacement for it. That doesn't make sense, especially the process you have to go through to do a keratin treatment. I don't even offer them. I'm not an expert on them. I don't like to do them, but I do know that you can't replace it with a leave-in conditioner. That's wild.
Um, because keratin treatments are used, they use formaldehyde and other harsh ingredients to smooth. It doesn't necessarily.
Are plenty. That being said, because she did just mention the formaldehyde, if the formaldehyde is going to be the one big pull why she doesn't want to use it, it's like I said, there are plenty of formulas out there that don't use formaldehyde, and they are still being offered here in the state of California, even though the ones with formaldehyde are no longer allowed to be used. So there are other options. Just talk to your local professional.
It smooths the hair, but what it's doing is forcing it into shape. So it's creating a film over your hair, right? That's sealed in with heat. Well, if that's sealed in with heat, nothing that you're using that needs to soak into the goodness soaked into your hair is getting in there, right? So what this allow what the with the fermented snow mushroom and
You don't need those things once you get the keratin treatment. Like, you're still gonna want to like shampoo and condition your hair and stuff, but like, it's the point is to not need to use so much product and not have to style your hair so much when you get a keratin treatment. That's super funny that she says that. Like, yeah, that's the point. To not even need to use the products, let alone just being worried about, oh well, then the product can't go into my cuticle. Yes and no, also kind of the point.
breaks down the amino acids and the polysaccharides and the antioxidants into small molecules. So it's actually allowing it to penetrate into your cuticle layer instead of just coating the surface. So it
Look, she's right again, and that's why they're so effective, and that's why they work. But you can't, if you're running a vegan hair salon and you're worried about these types of chemicals, but then you are altering people's hair with color, like, that's still a chemical. Like, it doesn't really matter if it's vegan or not, it's still a chemical. Like, I don't understand sometimes. I understand we don't want to use products that come from animals and that we don't want to use products that have been tested on animals. That is a perfectly fine stance to have. But to be like, I run a vegan salon because of chemicals, that's not what you're doing. Like, when you shampoo hair and you use water, that's a chemical.
actually provides that long lasting hydration. And like we were talking about with
Yep.
the snow mushroom being like a sponge, like you're actually going to retain that hydration in your strands, but also letting all the goodness in. So, it's, and another thing with keratin treatments, they don't address anything with your scalp. When we need, if we're getting chemical things, we need to be cautious of our scalp. So if you can use something that's also addressing your scalp, why would you not? Scalp issues and things like that. So I absolutely love that. It actually provides a breathable environment on your hair, which is amazing, instead of just weighing it down, right? So kind of it.
How can it be creating a breathable environment on your scalp when you're telling me that it puts a layer of shit on your hair and your scalp? Those two things don't make sense together.
Just, it smooths that chemical. It doesn't cause buildup. I think that's amazing too. That's so important, where a lot of things that we do cause buildup on our strands. So, and honestly, keratin treatments, they are like a temporary cosmetic fix, right? So we are actually treating your hair from the inside out. And
no, you're not. This is a temporary cosmetic fix. This is the same thing, because it's putting a coat over your hair. It is not healing it from the inside out, because you cannot do that.
getting it back to its natural state, so that manageability, your our shedding, it will go at a normal rate like it's supposed to, instead of an accelerated rate.
If your hair is shedding at an accelerated rate, there's an internal issue going on, in most cases. I mean, and sometimes it's just hormones and things changing in your body, like all of that. It's like postpartum hair loss and whatever, and stress and menopause and all the things that can happen. And there are medically proven things that can actually help you with that, not just this stuff with anecdotal evidence. And again, this, like I said, there are some like Paul Mitchell products and other, I know there's just Kevin Murphy products that can help your hair just stay in that anagen phase a little bit longer, but it's not going to stop your hair from shedding completely. That's not what those products are meant to do.
Manageability, all of those things, because that snow mushroom is adding your antioxidants, your protection, your dehydration, and it's repairing the chemical stress and the heat and everything that we do with it. So, over time, it actually really restores your elasticity and your resilience that keratin treatments can't achieve. So,
Keratin treatments, which again, it's just, keratin treatments are not vegan. So obviously she doesn't offer those. Just to put that back into what the hell. My rant gets me sometimes distracted from the things I actually want to say. But, and now I forgot again. Oh, dang it. What is she saying? Let me see if it'll come back to me.
Oh, I just thought that was fascinating about the snow mushroom, but there's so many things about the snow mushroom I love.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we covered it all, when we're talking about these key ingredients and why, our products stand out versus, professional lines.
Oh, improving the elasticity. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry we had to go back here, and then I had to, my brain, dude, this mom brain thing. Anyways, elasticity is usually happens when there is a loss of protein in your hair, and keratin is a protein that you can put in your hair. And yes, she's saying that it could help with collagen production, but it is not, you can't produce collagen on the, like, your hair's dead. It's not going to produce collagen. You can put fillers on there, and like K18 and stuff, you can put it in there and it will help keep your hair together as long as you're using it in the proper way and all that. There are protein shampoos and conditioners that can help with that help improve the elasticity of your hair, because if your hair is a little stretchy, it means that there is a lack of protein. So it's just that like, you can't, when she's saying that keratin treatments don't do that, that's such a lie, because they're literally called keratin treatments, and keratin is a protein.
Other premium lines out there in the marketplace is that, we've taken, incredible ingredients. We've provided that pre, pro, and post biotic part of that fermentation to really help these ingredients, again, penetrate the hair and the scalp. So, that's really a fundamental difference. And a lot of companies also too, their particles, their ingredients are not broken down big enough, and the molecules are too big. And so what it just does is it sits on the hair and the scalp, and it doesn't really do anything.
That's what most products do. Like, you can't. She's using some of the Monat marketing tips and stuff, and in some cases you do want the product to sit on the hair shaft, and then in other cases when you don't, you have to use a more intense product. I am going to go crazy with this entire thing, and then we'll get to how expensive this stuff is at the end of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Ours actually nourishes and soothes. So, anything else to add, Tessa?
No, I just want to put out there too. I'm not knocking. I know people get keratin treatments, and I know people will still use them and do them. There are some people that do not have that option to get things like that.
Right.
This is a natural replacement for that. And I think we'll find that a lot of people, when they figure out that this can be a replacement for that, and I think if they start really looking into the ingredients that are in their treatments and in their products, I really think they'll start digging into this and be like, oh.
It just truly can't be a replacement. Again, that's all I'm trying to say. I get it. She's not knocking people that get them, and I'm not knocking her for not offering them. It's just that it cannot, it scientifically cannot be a replacement. So, to say that, it could probably help people make their hair more manageable. I'm not saying that this product doesn't work to do that for some people, but
my goodness, this is what we need to change. And I think we're going to see we've already seen drastic changes in people's hair, and it's just amazing because we're actually healing it.
Yep. No, 100%. And, again, to go back and talk about, what you were saying, some people will continue to get keratin treatments. So it will help the longevity. It helps the longevity of your hair color, of, any chemical processes that you're doing. And that is the one great thing. So, regardless, listen, I know on average, and please, for the love of God, don't use box dye. It's full of shit. It's full of heavy metals. It's terrible for you. It's terrible for your scalp. The one thing is that people will walk into a salon, and I don't think that you can get a color or highlights or do anything like that really for less than $200 at this point, right? So,
okay. She's right that you can't get it for less than $200. And she's right that I would not ever recommend somebody use box dye. Not all brands have metallic dyes and things like that are inherently bad for you. It's still hair dye at the end of the day. The biggest reason, let me educate you guys real quick. I've also done another video on this in the past. I don't know if it's still up, but when I used to just do hair education on this channel. But the reason that hairstylists won't recommend box dye to you, and we were always telling you not to do that, is because you don't know what's inside the box, in the form of you don't know what the developer volume is. You don't know if you're going to have enough. You don't know if it's going to work. You don't understand color theory. Maybe you do, but for the general public that's going to get that box, they don't understand that, and then they'll get a slightly different color, and then because it's all they had, and then they'll be like, oh my god, my roots are orange and this is a different color, because those one levels off that turn it into lift instead of going darker. And if you're going darker, you only need a 10 volume or less on your hair, and sometimes they come with a 20 volume, and now you're damaging your hair for no reason, and they don't say on the box what's in there. That's the point. And so it can be more damaging than it needs to be to do what you're trying to do with your hair. So that is the biggest reason why we say don't use box dye at home. It's not the fact that you're using hair dye is hair dye. Like, we use L'Oreal color in the salon. Not my salon, but I know people that use L'Oreal color in the salon. It's just that it can't be customized to you and done properly. Color can't lift color. So if you want to go lighter at home and you're using box dye, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to lighten it or use some sort of color remover. There's just a lot of things that go into it depending on what you're doing. But I never want to shame people for, especially in this economy, and her saying that it does cost over $200. In most cases, I mean, to do just like a quick root touch up for a lot of people, it can certainly get expensive to get that regular maintenance done for your color. So make sure you are buying good hair products, because I'm sure that's what she's about to say right now, to help the longevity of it. But also, do not let her shame you if you are out there using box dye. I would never. If you are having issues and you do have questions, and hey, this is your budget and you can go to Sally's, yeah, there are plenty of people out there that can help you, formulate that and make it work to the best of their ability for you to do your hair at your house. So at least that's where I stand as a hairdresser that understands what it's like when suddenly you're out of job or you need to budget more, life changes, things happen, you still want to look good. That's okay.
If you're going every 4 to 6 weeks to have, processes done, why the hell would you spend and go get a toxic brand out of a dollar store or a drugstore for, 8, 10, 12 bucks, and it's full of crap, and you're going to have your hair done more often, and it'll break your hair. So just because of the dimethicone in it alone.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, it's fading people's hair. It's just trashing your hair, and you're using a lot more of it than what you would use out of our products. Natural products go a long way.
Yep.
And in all aspects of your life, seriously, you will notice a difference in all,
I'm also too, like, if you're using box dye from the dollar store, my assumption, like, if you're doing it because you're on a budget, you're not thinking about how you're going to go get expensive hair products to maintain that either. So, like, those people are, I guess, not her target market. But to shame them for doing that when, one, they either just don't understand or just truly it's just not in their budget to go somewhere else, that's messed up. Like, it's okay. It's totally, I get it. Girl, do what you gotta do.
just all of the above. You're going to see a huge difference, but you don't have
A huge difference. And since Monica is on this call and she's an extension specialist, you guys, it's because she had mentioned this when we were chit-chatting this morning, is that this will help hydrate your extensions. Because your extensions are not getting the natural oils and stuff from the scalp, right? Because it's your I think she said she sews them in, right? So that was a really great point. So, we literally have we have something for.
She is probably right about that, especially if it is something that is putting a barrier over, like, to help lock in moisture. I'm sure that these products, if they do what this magic ingredient says it does, I'm sure it is decent. Like, I'm not going to talk trash about a product that I've never used. I just think it's very interesting the way we're hyping up this one little ingredient that has little to no not research behind it. Because you can't research something that hasn't been done. Little to no clinical studies for hair products specifically. It is used in hair products and skincare products, more skincare than hair at the moment. But a lot of what I found just expresses how the majority of the research and studies are all anecdotal right now. And there's still a long way to go with this. But that's not to say it doesn't work. But there were just a lot of other things that I didn't like that were said in this video that I wanted to get to you guys.
Everything.
For everything. Yeah, it covers everything. It's just a great product, and it lessens your routine. You don't have to have 17 different things on your your night or your vanity that you're going to have to put in your hair.
Right. So less is more.
Yes,
So which means
less is
that,
more.
you're saving money by using less products, and, the thoughtfulness that we put into them, because they kind of like cross pollinate, right? They work and they replace like 2 or 3 products that you're using already.
Yes, absolutely. I got all of my products. Let's see, I probably got back home and started using them on people August 4th. And I have been all over washing heads and washing multiple heads, and I still have product in those same bottles. I am still using
This,
those same
the
bottles.
scene. I've been doing it since July, and I still have my original
Yeah.
9 bottles. I did have to replace the elixir though, because we tend to use that more, because we want, people to get a really nice massage into their scalp with that elixir.
So tell me again then why I would want to sign up to sell this product if people are only going to buy it every 6 months. Doesn't sound like there's a lot of commission in there for me. Oh, but I'll probably make a lot more money by recruiting people than I would by selling the shampoo anyways. I forgot. I couldn't find the comp plan anywhere still. So maybe they go over it in one of those, in one of the opportunity calls that I have not gotten a chance to hop on. So maybe it's there. I have to say TBD. Yeah, to be discussed later when I get some information.
And the only other thing, I had to add a little bit of the Men's Invigorate, because that, serves as a gentle, also clarifying shampoo too, that we use on the first wash. But that's it. I still have half bottles left of my other shampoos and conditioners.
It's so
And
wild.
y'all know that I wash hundreds of heads.
Yeah. I mean, I would have already had to go back to the store and buy more for my back bar for doing what, going all over washing heads and things like that. I would have probably already went back twice.
Yep.
Because you have to use palmful after palmful, and you
Yep.
do not with our products. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Yep, 100%. Well, Tessa, listen, thank you for spending a little time with me this Monday. You guys, next Monday at 2:00, we'll be seeing you again, and we cannot wait to bring you some more incredible information on what we do behind the scenes, behind Fermaglo, what the ingredients mean, and how we can really, really help you. All right, you guys, yep. Thanks so much. Thanks, Tessa. Love you.
Love you.
Okay, so that's their favorite ingredient that is in 8 out of 9 of their products, like she said, and still TBD on whether it is legitimate or not. It could work, very much so, but there's a lot of contradicting things that have been said in that little call alone, in my opinion. So one more thing I wanted to go over with you guys before I end this video, this short-ish update kind of video. I'm gonna keep covering this as more stuff comes, if you guys are interested in this, especially because you do get that hair education on top of it, and that makes it fun for me. If you guys don't care about that, then that's fine, then I won't do it. But there was a lot of talk about budget and it costing so much money to get your hair done, and if she thinks she's being cautious of a budget, it kind of blows my mind, because when you go here, fermaglo.com, start shopping, the Glow Trio Curly Bundle is $176.99. That's for 3 bottles, and these are what, little 6-ounce bottles? 6-ounce, 8-ounce bottles? Here, let's click on it. Let's see. Let's see it's bigger. Little 6-ounce bottles there. Then it comes with the shampoo, conditioner, and looks like the elixir, which is like their scalp oil, hair oil. And it is $176.99 or $159.99. So, and this is just 6 ounces. Now they're saying this 6 ounces is going to last you 6 months. Okay. Sure. Whatever. But so then why would you offer a subscription that costs you $159.99 a month? Because it only saves you $16, something like that. And even with that discount, $159.99. I mean, plus tax, but divided by 3. You're looking at $53 a bottle. That's some super high-end stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's more expensive than some like Kevin Murphy brands and stuff like that. And you actually get a little bit more out of those bottles, I think. But there are other brands you could get that are perfectly great at moisturizing your hair that are way less expensive than this. So that way more of your budget could go to getting your hair done professionally while still maintaining it with good professional products. You don't need these. It's going to be okay. If you want to try them and you like them, whatever. I don't support, or I do not condone supporting MLMs, but if that's what you want to do, you're probably not watching my channel. Let's be real. Anyways, so that's my update that I have for you with Fermaglo. I am going to keep looking into some other stuff, you guys. If you guys have any new like MLMs that have been popping off that you've noticed and you want me to cover, please put it in the comments, send me an email, message me on Instagram, whatever you want to do to get in contact with me. I would love that. Again, I am 6 months pregnant and trying to hop back on the game as much as I can in just a couple months. I will not be working at the salon, so I will be tired, but I will have time off, and I know I'm going to get stir crazy. And my bed is right there, so I can do this because I'm right here in my house, and I want to do this and keep this community going because I'm going to go crazy not talking to people. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys like this update. I did. It was pretty fun. I mean, again, let me know if you like this hair education stuff, that if you want me to keep digging into that and doing more of the hair MLMs and stuff like that, because I am a cosmetologist. Yeah. Love you guys. I hope you have the day you deserve, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.